Hi, I'm John Green. Well, not really, but let's not get into that. Today we're talking about the most killer disease that has killed more than both AIDS and the common flu, and that is drum roll. Really, we can't afford a good drum roll. Anyway, it's the Black Plague. The Black Plague was a devastating global epidemic of bubonic plague that struck Europe and Asia in the mid-1300s. The way the plague that originally came from Eurasia was a bit of a mystery, as the fable says the Mongols infected the city of Kaffa by shooting infected horses over the walls with catapults. But that was the case. It actually arrived when 12 ships from the Black Sea docked at the Sicilian port of Messina. The plague spread through flea-infested rodents such as rats and mice and...
Mr. Green, I thought that the Black Plague was spread through the air and not by rats on the ground. Why plague doctors have their bird-shaped masks?
Well, past self, the theory that air was the holder of the killer disease is what we call today the miasma theory. But this was not the case at all. But while we're on the topic of plague doctor, let's talk about their role in this history. Take it away, Thought Bubble. The plague doctors, otherwise known as pestilence, were a medical physician who treated victims of the bubonic plague. These doctors wore a beak-like mask that was designed to protect them from putrid air, which at the time was seen as the cause of infection. The design of their clothing had been attributed by Charles de Lorme, the chief physician to Louis XIII. Thank you, Thought Bubble. Now back to the actual plague. The plague killed about 60% of Europe's population, and it had only been going on for 3 years. That's a lot of killing. Even if you don't die from the bubonic plague, there are a lot of side effects. Here, let me have my side effects man Dan over there tell you why. Side effects may include fever, fatigue, shivering, vomiting, headaches, giddiness, intolerance to light, pain in the back and limbs, sleeplessness, apathy, and or delirium. And even trade was affected when the bubonic plague struck, as people started dying and they couldn't get trades out to other places, and then they realized that rats were riding with all of your goods. Now think about today, if you had a rat in your meat cooler. Now isn't that just a gross idea to think of? Ooh. And not to mention all those gross diseases you can get from those rats. Ugh. And don't they wish that they had one of these nice masks? Stan, where did my mask go? Stan, where did it go? I know you did it! Anyway, even religion was brought into how the disease has gotten there, and people thought God brought it to Europe to teach them a lesson. And lastly, Black Death even destroyed feudalism and destroyed order in many different places. Peasants were free to leave the lands of the lords and try to find higher wages because of the huge labor shortages. And the land that had usually been the primary source of wealth was now worthless. And with that, we're done. The Black Plague, it had its effect in the 1300s, and even today, people are still saying that the Black Death is still among us. But we're not going to talk about that. I'm not John Green, and here's a word from our sponsors.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was all. You just learned about the Black Plague, just like my black mug and my most favorite thing in the entire world, straight black coffee, which I'm out of. My life feels like I have the Black Plague. Save me, Folgers.